Alright, you guys. Here we are, metaphor ReFantazio. I'm warning you now, I just spent an hour like meditating in front of red light, and then I took a hot bath in red light. No sound, no nothing, just peace. And I'm zenned the fuck out right now. So I might be quiet, I might be boring, or I might rev my engine up here real quick. We'll see what happens, but if I'm boring, I'm boring. You're gonna have to suck it up. Now, we have to accept the kidnapper's bounty, because as we learned last time, there is a child napper out and about Heisme. Now, how does one accept that bounty? Oh, what's a whippersnapper like you doing here? Don't tell me, are you actually thinking of participating in the tournament for the throne? Oh, the audacity of youth. Who's he? He's spooky and hot. Demo Man Goddard. That's rich. A mere fledgling with no... Oh, it's auto-reading. Wait a minute. A mere fledgling with no history or experience to speak of as king. The idea makes me sick to my stomach. The ideal leader of this country is a dignified man of great age. One with years of experience, and yet upstart school children like you and Louise dare to. It hardly matters. You won't be able to fight much longer, so struggle as you like. I'd be happy to give the eulogy at your funeral. If you think these people are giving a funeral to, what am I? What's my race thing? I'm called something stupid. Give me a minute. This is really gonna bother me. Don't play with him, that boy's I'm just kidding. Elda. We got there. I think they're gonna give a funeral to an Elda. You've lost your mind. I suppose he's a candidate too. Cool, so where do I get the quest? Is it at the board? I doubt it.
True.
If a guardian captain is struggling with this bounty, then I say it's the perfect target for us. I don't think many would take it out from under us, but you may as well grab the request besides, make it official. Is that done at the board? The only one left worth taking is this bounty for Heisme, whatever that is. What did Stroll think we'd gain here? I guess let's take this Heisme one at the window. The window? This is why I don't fuck with drive-thrus. I don't know if you guys know, I've never driven in a drive-thru other than once when my husband was drunk. Because when they say, let's go to the next window, bitch, what window? There are so many windows. It's very intimidating for me, okay? And it's so crazy. I will move to a different country and get a passport made in 3 days and be like, yeah, what of it? Like it's hard? But you talk about going to a drive-thru, sir, I am overwhelmed. I don't want to gossip. I want to work. I want to find the window, you guys. What do you mean the window? What do you mean the window? I'm so sorry y'all have to watch this. I am so sorry. Yeah, let's take that contract quickly. Where does one get that contract? Can I even leave here? I almost walked into the soldiers' quarters. Mustn't be doing that. I'm technically a soldier though, huh? At the reception desk. Is that not this man? Hey, would it be alright if we accepted the bounty contract for Heisme? Heisme? You sure you can handle that? We can't be held liable if you get yourself killed out there. I can handle it. You're an odd one, alright. Either that or you're just green. A little bit of both, I think. Head to Martina. You can probably get more information there.
Let's focus.
Where or who is 100,000 bucks? Where or who is Martina? Martina Martinez. I need to find and bring in Heisme, a notorious criminal tied to a series of kidnappings in... Oh, Martira. Not Martina. Martira. Despite his bounty, he has evaded capture and his true identity remains a mystery.
Let's call it.
Okay, we got the contract. Now let's head back to the inn for now. How y'all doing? It's a Friday night. Not even late. 9:30.
Registration issues, I trust?
I'm not even like tired. I'm just like feeling good and floppy and like the body's loose. The holes are loose. Who knows what I'll say with the upper front hole. Yo, we bought, you know, cricket machines that your mother, grandmother, aunt, some I don't want to be sexist. You may know a woman with a cricket machine. There's like a competing brand called Silhouette. We bought a Silhouette cameo in blush pink at the Joann Fabrics the other day. Garrison bought it. He's the one that wanted it. And oh boy, have I been having fun with it. I'm making decals. I'm printing chows. I'm like chows from Sonic. Oh God, I wish I had something to show you. They're on my other computer. I'll go grab it. I'll be right back. I'm gonna show you the things I made today. I'm making vectors. I'm doing crazy shit over here. 1 second. Oh, I know you want me to get into the game so bad, but ooh, in this life, many great things must be earned, and you must put up with me. Or you can skip forward in the video, huh? But I would like if you put up with me. So I made this little guy, and these are like like vinyl decals. I could like stick this on something and peel it off. It's not just like a little print. We got this one. I just used sparkly pink vinyl for now because I was just testing things out. This was my first time working with vinyl, okay? I had to get the blades. You don't care. I had to get the blade settings right. Got this one. He's hatching from an egg. And then this one, he's just floating around, doing his little thing. I don't know what I'm going to stick these on, but I did already stick 3 little floating heads. There's 2. There's 3 on my laptop. So I'm having fun, and now you can have fun as I get into the game. Thanks for putting up with me. Thanks for putting up with this squeaky ass chair that makes me want to die.
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a perfect target.
Fine work.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about.
Tell her what we're doing.
Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about
Yeah.
that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
There's a dude in the background with pink hair, wolf ears, and a little pink goatee. What do you think he's all about? What do you think he dreams about? His clavicles are kind of out. What's he all about?
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a day. Not so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though it is only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
I'm worried about Hulkenberg, and I'm also worried about our carriage.
Let's rest.
We should probably stay inside and rest today. Y'all want to cook? I don't have the red vegetable. You got anything new for me? They call him Knowledgeable Man, but he's not updating his knowledge. Outdated knowledge. Give me something new. I'll talk to him. What's up, traveling man? I want to talk to that man with the pink hair and the pink beard. We need to talk and more. I've decided I'm heading to Brylehaven. It's much too boring to just spend my days at the inn. I'm going to see that so-called exhibition for myself. Goodbye, Elder. You do well to see the world too someday. Thank you for not wishing death upon me for being an elder. That's nice. He doesn't have a talk bubble. What do you mean I can't talk to him? Oh, his hair's quite long, isn't it? He's got a little pony. He's got tail. I could lift it up. I don't mind. I'll get over it. Oh my god. Low. This is... Somehow I turn every game I play into a horny simulator. And then I upload it on the internet. That's crazy. I have to do better. Alright.
Push yourself too much.
Tomorrow you depart. Maria will assuredly miss you dearly, so please come back and say hello when you can, even if it's only every once in a while. Oh, I can't cook. They said go to bed. Please go to bed. Alright. Maria, how you doing? Oh, we haven't seen her. Okay, well, I'm gonna go to bed. Oh, just Ken's Hulkenberg's room. This bed is fucking when you walk away, you don't hear me say. Simple and clean, and has an aroma that reminds me of a clear sunny day. Maybe it's time to call it a night. Yeah, because I'm starting to smell sunny days. What are you talking about, brother? Get a nap. Though I stepped outside today, it's an autumn day, right? And I stepped outside into the real world, and it smelled like fresh laundry. Like if you bought an air freshener, which actually I think in Garrison's room, he's got the Febreze Duos or the Glade Duo. I think it's Febreze, I don't know. He's got one that I think is called Crisp Autumn Air. And it smells like linen. I stepped outside, it literally smelled like linen. And I was like, is this what a crisp autumn day actually smells like? It blew my mind, because usually outside smells like outside. Or in the winter, it smells like wood, because I live in Missouri where people burn wood. I don't know, it really blew my mind. Why did it smell like laundry outside? It was pleasant. I just didn't understand it. It's like when somebody doesn't have the genitals you expect them to have, and you're like, oh, this is unexpected, but still quite pleasant, isn't it? What's wrong with me tonight? I'm not even horny. I have been... Another week of mild tweaking, better than the past 2 weeks. This week was better. But kind of tweaking, and like with tweaking comes adrenaline and horniness. 24 hours ago, had come 6 times within 24 hours. Enough. Stop it. I'm gonna be... It's gonna be dust, brother. Enough. And it's not even like... Whatever. We have to play the game. Can I come in? Go away, Xbox. What's wrong? Do you want me to read to you some more?
Want to read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
We'll come back. You don't have to worry.
It's all right. You don't have to worry.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it?
Stopping a man, I wouldn't call
Please
him
come back home
bad. I don't
safe.
know if he's bad.
I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
I don't like him though, but I don't know if he's bad. Maria, sit down. I need to talk to you about subjectivity. Sometimes people do terrible things and hurt us and we don't like them. That's fair. But that does not mean that they are inherently bad. Sometimes we can't do this. It's a promise.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
Have you not
This
been
one's
out?
important.
Maria's waiting for us to return home and regale her with tales of the strange and distant places we visit.
I never got a chance
She gave me
to say
food.
this to Papa. So, thank you.
Wait a minute, where'd she
I'll go
get those
to bed now.
wings?
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
Wait a minute. Grius didn't have wings. Fabienne doesn't have wings. Where did Maria? And she calls Fabienne, not mother. Did I assume these things, or is it heavily implied that this is a daughter? I got my toes out on this bed, okay. I guess you're not gonna have shoes on the bed. Toes on the bed is actually implied. That's standard. Sorry.
I was hoping for a chance to speak before.
Can I say something crazy? Something about Hulkenberg's general form and the way she stands hips forward. It makes her pussy mound bulge so, like, aggressive in, like, a really powerful way. Like, it's giving Divine Feminine, if Divine Feminine was, like, a piece of construction equipment. Like, that's an industrial... It's an industrial puss. I almost said cunt, and I was like, I mustn't say cunt. I don't know why I thought that that was the worst thing a person could say for a second. Boy. I was hoping for a chance to...
Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
Don't worry about it. Actually, let me acknowledge her devotion. You truly are devoted to
You
him.
truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
Vaguely, yeah.
Now that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties, one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned.
'Cause they are.
Ah, you needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind?
Because they're weak, zealot babies. Let's talk about it. Let's not. I don't have a lot of words to say.
So it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this
Is that
country,
voting?
one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life.
Don't say that.
Nothing more.
Don't take Hulkenberg from me. Sega Atlas, who makes Atlas makes this? P Studio, who makes this? Don't take her from me. I lost Grius. That really was not a good thing for me.
Judah! Lady Judah!
The Huntress of the Hour. It's my dude! That dress is something, huh? She kind of looks like a goldfish, huh? Music like that is so corny to me, and I get it's probably some sort of national anthem in game, and those are always corny, but like, I hate music like that. I have nothing nice to say. And I wasn't impressed with her either. God, he's perfect, though, isn't he?
Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
I love that he's like the clown. Like, he's the performer, he's the presenter of everything, it seems like.
Oceania's harbor city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage.
Easy.
Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights.
There's Montario, we were just talking about there.
Heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78 Sanctifex, His Eminence, Forden!
Boo!
Sanctifex Forden!
I've gotten to a point, this is fucked. I like Luis more than I like Forden.
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
I like his necklace thing, though. That's beautiful. His collar.
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Guido.
I come before you only
I've never
in
seen
loyal
him.
service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly.
He's beautiful in a way.
Those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
So much for this being a fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. The Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, Crier! Where's Count Louise?
He'll show up, right?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the
Because he's smart and he knows that the
What?
tournament doesn't fucking decide the king. The king's will does. The will of the people does.
The entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
Luis gets it, actually. He sees through the fucking facade of all this.
You might want to meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Handsome.
Him. So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced Sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
Period. Between him and Zorba, Luis has a taste for, like, flaming men. Oh. Roger's beautiful. Rudolph is intense. Rat! Cute, she gets my vote. She wins. Oh, she's cool. Free drinks for life. No. Deposing the hideous.
bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come
Elden.
On, let's see a face.
Does anybody give a fuck about me?
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Go fuck yourself. I'm less than small potatoes to these people. I am like... What kills... Like, what's a parasite that kills potatoes?
Hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hulkenberg.
What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
It's got beautiful green eyes.
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your
Oh, we got a Quirkster. Quirkster at the wheel.
A land runner? It's quick!
Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Oh, please don't kill him, please don't kill him, please don't kill him. He's my everything. I need to learn his name.
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much
We've not seen enough of these rat people.
Oh, isn't she a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you buffoon. 'Twas bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Do you believe in me? Do you believe in me? Believe in me.
Right. I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen,
God,
race
he's so
across the
fine.
land. Go, prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin.
I wish I didn't have to hate Forden. I wish he could have been a noble old man like he looks like.
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on! So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
It's incredible!
50-21. Moving on. Damn. There's not that many people running. I ended up staying out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only considered this a part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Whoa, what's with this thing? Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Oh, we gotta meet this man now. Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take the compliment, little lady. Now let's have some coordinates for that little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We gotta go to a place called Martira, Old Castletown, I think. Should be a way south. Oh, we got stops aplenty. Okay, so we gotta trek. Trek-a-doodle-doo. I'm assuming this is my first stop. What happens if I try to just click on this one?
Wow!
Yeah, okay. Martira, here it is. Down to Martira, eh? On this craft's legs. Oh, I'd say that'll be 4 days, 3 nights about. 4 days and 3 nights? That's a great deal faster than a carriage. And surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Bolly good. Now cinch those bridges, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martira, Old Castletown. He's gonna be fun, I can already tell.
This is amazing. I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me, lad? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you used to talk with the driver. Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side?
You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
He's me. I actually think he might be me. There's so many beautiful, noble, respectful people in this game that I wish I could say were me. He's me. I literally fuck money, but gusto even, that'll carry you through life. Gusto's really all you need. Anything that can give you gusto is replenishing your spirit. He gets it. What's his name? It just says Pilot. Didn't he give us his name?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket.
Paint with all the colors of the wind.
Brilliant, isn't it?
Na 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 na, the blue corn moon. It's amazing. I'm having fun. I got gusto as well.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
Okay, first of all, I'm not a lady. Second of all, shellfish is so funny.
Different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg! Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. And Ishkia
Neurus.
was not obvious from the wings. And despite everything, he was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master
I like his shorts.
engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable. Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
This was made for a king.
She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it. Off with you now. Leave me be.
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Oh!
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Neurus, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
What's the dream, brother?
You A lowly, brazen court engineer butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy!
She's kind of like a little too serious, a little bit too much of like a government rat sometimes.
Take my head if you must, milady, but leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... 'tis fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
That's a good point.
Highness, eh?
I thought Norris had it for a second. Like, you know what? You're doing exactly what he did right now, using it for your own. We are doing this for the silly little prince. Petit prince.
Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness, is His Highness still alive? That's it. I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay his mercy.
Understood.
Him being condemned by the Sanctist is like a giant green flag for me.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this old duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
I think maybe as well.
Is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
I think we can count on him. I think he's perfect. Yeah, we can count on him.
We can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
Now, can this thing cross water? Speaking of.
I'll handle all the driving and grease work. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up. Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's. I do understand the intent.
I've said this before, but I'm going to continue harping on it. It is nice that we are seeing through that, like, winning this artificially constructed tournament by the Sanctists and seeing it for the distraction that it truly is, and realizing we don't have to win this to win the attention and the people liking us, because that is what actually wins the throne. Which we don't want the throne either. We just want to, you know, make sure the prince is okay and then he can have the throne or whatever. But don't know where I was going with that. I'm so sorry I'm brain dead tonight. I can tell I'm sitting here quietly, offering nothing, but like, we're getting the game done, you guys. We're hanging out. Sometimes I come on here on fire. Not tonight. Sounds good to me.
I think it's a perfect idea.
Makes sense, doesn't it? The bounty's Heisme, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed that we are hunting a mere man when the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the Gauntlet Runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Do we have a
You
bathtub?
can always look around more thoroughly later.
I bet that shit would be sloshing around.
Tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him.
Why does she say Why does she say eccentric like it's a bad thing? That's one of the best things a person can be, is eccentric. Which is why I think murderers, tweakers, and like just general psychopaths and mentally ill people are some of the last true eccentrics we have left. I've talked to you about this before. Some of the best people on this planet. The rest of you that can't go by a homeless person without being scared, I won't tell you to kill yourself. I won't. But do better. Find humanity in your heart. We're not doing this right now. I'm thinking too much before I speak today. That's the issue. I should have told y'all to kill yourselves. If you fear homeless people, you're empty and you're fucking pathetic. You fear... Y'all are scared of everything. Y'all are fucking scared of everything all the time. Can't imagine living life as full of fear as some of you people. The Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities, such as the strategy room, the lounge, and the kitchen. You can visit Academia by finding more and interacting with him. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there. I've never been in a Gauntlet Runner. Kinda want to see what the engine room's like. Alright, engine room it is. Now, do I know where that is? You ever seen a grown man naked? This is nice. Kitchen. See, things do be swinging and swaying. So I'm sure a bath in here would be crazy. But you know what? You get a high enough bathtub. I feel like my camera's angled differently. I feel like I'm doing all these hand things and they're just going off. I'd be trying to talk with my hands and they're off screen. I've gone mute with my hands. Oh, look at that little window. We got line cooks or something? What's going on? Get a high enough wall in a bathtub and I think you'll be fine. A lip, if you would. Now where's the engine room? That's back deck. This is strategy room, I assume, because there's a big round table. Yup. And then this is a massive door. And then we got some stairs that I am not allowed to use. Whoa, stairs to the cockpit. Would the engine... No, the engine room's different than a cockpit, isn't it? You ever seen a grown man... Sorry. Also, I'm treating this like a train. Which I still know nothing about trains, but like, this isn't a train. Whoa! I shouldn't be out here. This is spooky. Cloth covered barrel. Okay, I'm gonna go back inside. It seems very risky out here. Yo, are y'all aware of a place called Chicken Salad Chick? I think it's a chain. If it is a chain, I'm sure it's not in every state, but like... Do y'all know Chicken Salad Chick? I've talked about it in this channel, not in this playthrough. They serve, you'll never believe it, chicken salad, right? But they're all named after women. It'll be like, you want the Kickin' Kaylin, the Sassy Scotty, the fucking... There's one called Barbie Q. But there's like... What did she say? Okay, Where's the engine room, you guys? I'm getting real lost in this little thing. Deck. No. God, it's so spooky. It's crazy out here. Today we are really just struggling on like the most basic things. Like I could not find my task earlier and now I'm like, where is the engine room? What's this? Pantry? I don't need food right now. Oh, why was I talking about clothes? Can I change clothes? Washing machine. Does laundry, handmade by Nura. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment. Okay. Let's talk about chicken salad chick because I ordered it today. And it was what? Nummy num num. Hate to say. And I just hate that chicken salad chick got me because I know it's ran by racists. I just like, there's something so white Christian Southern in the worst way. Because there's white Christian Southern like my great aunt San. Doesn't get better than that. And then there's like a white Christian Southern that's like, and I just like, full offense to you. I don't know if it gets worse than that. So, it's quite a spectrum. And I just fear chicken salad. This isn't important.
Hello?
First time on the Gauntlet Runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. It's called a runner phone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life in your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on a colossal beast, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. He kind of reminds me of Dr. Eggman in the Sonic movies. But like not in an evil way, just in like a that's a Quirkster and he's perfect kind of way. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl. That's a work in progress. But by the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark. Why not? And the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You will continue toward your destination while spending time with the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen. What? My toe feels weird. Sorry. I'm in a weird state tonight. I'm sorry if this video sucks. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help to improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. And I cannot overthink my choices. I cannot be one of those people that's like trying to fucking min-max the game. People that are Googling like best strat and following it to the T and like not actually playing the game. People that treat games like checklists. I do have to avoid doing that. Not that I naturally tend to fall toward that. Look at this handsome man. But every once in a while, I will catch myself stressing about, oh, is this the right thing to do? There is no right thing to do. You know, you get the life you earn. Small cabinet. Okay. I don't want to clean. Absolutely not. Not me. And then that goes to the corridor. I'm like really struggling to figure out space. What does doing laundry mean? Max MP, not now.
Understood.
Good to know, though. I could hang out with you. Go hang out. Nora said he got the kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I hardly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. Okay, I would like to do that. It's a bit cramped in here. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can... I don't want to cook today. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them when them, or you'll find them laying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. After you've made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Hey! Hey! Whose handwriting is that? There are notes here about new potential recipes. Damn, we got hella... Okay, brother! Want to make something? If so, we should try to have everyone teach us their culinary specialty. Not right now. I was gonna hang out with a friend, but they said absolutely not. Can I hang out with you? I mean, he's a little eepy, huh? Oh, are you sick? He says he feels strong. Are you okay?
I'm sorry.
I'll survive. I can handle the swaying of a carriage, but this, it's another beast. Seems I'll need to learn to endure it. He's not down to clown. That means fuck. I don't mean that. He's not down to hang around. I don't give a fuck about a map right now. What do y'all want to do?
What now? All right then.
I can kitchen, I can...
Let's go.
What is this? Book. I can read a book. Pride and Persuasion sounds fun. The book outlines useful conversational techniques for convincing others. I haven't started it yet. Nora's probably left this here, huh? Let's take it over to the window if you want to read it together. Is it wisdom? Eloquence! Ooh, I'm gonna get my eloquence up. Yes! I'm gonna come off this Gauntlet Runner eloquent. Oh, I sat in a window too. That is so cozy. My mother has a beautiful spot in this house that she has that she's moving out of because it's a nightmare otherwise. And, actually, she has a cozy spot in her new little house she built too. Regardless, and it's like a little window reading nook. It's beautiful. And she's like she's an author, she's a reader. She's a reader before anything else. My mother, she'll read a book. She'll read you House Down Boots. Never mind, actually. I am stuttering over my words a lot tonight. Apparently this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section's part of the basics. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and humble demeanor. Then use flattery to probe for weak points. This is outdated information. Probe for weak points? Why? To gain the upper hand, my dear. So that you can gain the upper hand, perhaps?
No kidding.
Oh, I see. It feels a bit underhanded, but I guess if you need things to go your way, that's how it has to be. Slimy. I feel like paying close attention to the art of persuasion has increased my eloquence.
Right.
I think that was my lowest stat. Maybe my imagination was lower. I'm surprised. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick up from here next time.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Do we get to sit around a fire? I love sitting around a fire. People don't... Ooh, and it's desert, bitch. You know I love... Okay, there's fire. Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced. Okay, words. In darkness, forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart Gauntlet Runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at an encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the Gauntlet Runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. I'm gonna reminisce. If you have a fire burning, when a fire starts to burn, do you know that one? When you have a fire burn and you're like, I'm gonna stay inside. You got the depression, babe. You got the melancholy. You should be out here with the girls, chatting it up at the nighttime. There's Magla in the air. And gossip over the fire, babe. Come out. Or stay inside, that's okay. Sometimes people are down. Sometimes people, you know, feeling some sort of way. Well, 3 days until Martyra. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why not spend some time relaxing with someone? With someone? Only one person? First of all, is that Stroll? It looked like he was wearing a hat. Now, oh, I can't hang out with him. Norris, I wanted to be besties. Oh, how was that ride, eh? Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace, awe-inspiring, tear-jerking. Absolutely. This runner's such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where it's due, my tinkering certainly helped make her what she is. Though, full disclosure, that's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly, but that's a story for another day. You're always pushing your stories off to another day. Don't be afraid to take my time. Take my time. Tell me a story. Stop saying later, later, later. Later never comes. Off you go. Better get your 40 winks. So lashes are like wings. They both exist on the eye, and you need 40 of either. Hey, are you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're gonna get, and I'm not up to much. Care to keep me company for a while? By recalling the past and planning for the future with Stroll, maybe I can hone my imagination. Yeah, because I'm imagining a beautiful future together. Should I spend time talking with Stroll? Yes.
Now then.
So next up is Martyra. It feels like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past. Man, I'm starting to stumble over my words. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? Because power is not everything.
What's that about it?
Oh, I see.
Ah, I see. As kings, they had to govern their people and maintain the peace. Martial might alone wouldn't help you there. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though all this does make me wonder just how many more of these powers are still out there. Imagination. Oh.
All right.
Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. Yap fest with the dude. Min yapping hour. We love to see it. How'd I get money out of yapping?
And the age of a new king draws nearer.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are, but I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand gonna do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could... I love the word nary. This is my dude. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow. Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast. But, just keep an eye on the road, okay, Norris? Alright, 2 days. We could hang out with her. She's... Oh, they both have a symbol over their head, which means I can hang out with either one of them. What does the magnifying glass mean? Which stat is going up with that one? You've come at the perfect moment. I was just thinking I'd ponder some basic strategies over my game board. An abstract game of military tactics, you see. Care to indulge me for a round? Wisdom? See, my wisdom's like kind of up already. But I never hang out with you. I do feel quite bad about it. What are you offering?
Hey.
Maintenance on weapons. Courage. I'm gonna maintain weapons. Sword fight. Alright, let's have a look at your blade then. Yeah?
Got a moment?
You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself here, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I don't think you're ahead of yourself. I think that's a standard thought. You should feel that way. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why, one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory, and not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I shared my plan. Oh, don't ask about me. I'm so bad about letting people ask about me. I dumped the guy I was seeing. Not purely because he would ask about me, which, like, isn't that crazy? Actually, not at all because of that. Actually, we're not gonna get into it, but I love when a bitch will just sit and talk about themselves and I comment on that and add input. And sometimes I'll sneak a fact or two in about me into that to show them that I can relate to the ways they are at times. Don't start asking me questions. One, because sometimes I feel like you're asking me questions, people in general, not anybody specific, out of like obligation, like, I've talked about myself, now let me ask them questions. Not because I necessarily care, but just because, like, now that's the social exchange. Fuck it up. Keep talking about yourself. I have nothing to say about me. Trust me, God. I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you with rebuilding. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear it, to tell you the truth.
Aye.
His sword's big. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it's attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it as to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for change. I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree, but seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad that you're our captain. Truly. You resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead. Our fight, I say. I forced my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know. To act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? I just kind of do whatever.
Well...
what the...
Oh, you do not. Though I think the way you keep cool under pressure is what makes you so reliable. All this to say, I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll end up being after this. Me too, quite honestly. Anyway, this sword's shining like new. Let's finish it up.
Now then.
So I don't know if you guys are aware, because sometimes people on the internet just like Google everything. I don't know shit about where this game's gonna go story-wise. I've not been leaked at all. I know that Heisme, who we're looking for, is like a bat rat dude. That's about as far ahead as I know. I don't really know. And I only know that because I looked at the book that came with this thing. I don't... Because we're trying to get the prince, and then the prince, we're trying to get him on the throne. But, like, if the people don't want the prince, it's not like the prince gets thrown just by being the prince, so, like... I fear I end up on the throne somehow by accident. And I'm going to be so mad if that's the truth, because they put me on the throne in Shin Megami Tensei 5. I don't want that shit. Now they're putting me on the throne here. I don't want that. I don't want to rule. I don't want to lead. I don't think I'd be bad at it. Let me just say that. Let me add a little bit of cockiness to the sippy soup of the night. But it's just something I don't feel right within. So like, let's not do that. Also the weight of it. Like, my life is mine. Maybe selfishly, but like, my life is mine. I don't know.
Why, that's...
I spent some time with Stroll honing our weapons. Oh, I got Magla out of that, not money. Okay.
I say,
Ahoy! Break time, chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy.
Ooh.
A resplendent tapestry of color.
Resplendent.
Against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla. And still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage, as though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Whoa. That is beautiful. Is it floating? Oh wow, it's so pretty. It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area's been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Norris pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey.
Wow, Norris, how did you get so good at drawing? Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it, I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. Wasn't it for research? All the pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. It's like taking notes. Taking notes isn't so you can look at the notes. It's because something about writing it, at least for me, I never took notes, let's be fucking real. It's something about writing it down, just like writes it in the mind, like he said. Etches it in the mind. I received Norris's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been there. I'll remember that. Seems useful. Hey, oh, Maria would love this. She says, hey, why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey, and we could tell her a story about this place. That would be lovely. The next time we're in Grand Tourette, I should give this drawing to Maria. I really should. That's so exciting. That makes my heart warm to think that I get to do that. Huh. A magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight. Huh? What? You've been observing me this whole time? I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly this current color portends. I took a brief detour, but I feel like seeing that rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The party, secure in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
They got me feeling like this Gauntlet Runner is like impervious. Like it is the safest thing in the world. God, it's so beautiful out. The people are beautiful. The place is beautiful. Everything about this game is beautiful other than the anti-aliasing. They really did something with this game. We'll be in Martira the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place Martira is. I have no idea, but you guys, I'm gonna go to bed. Because while my energy has picked up here in the last 10 minutes, funny enough, I've been quite boring tonight, and the longer we drag this on, the more of this game I'm just gonna like approach with this like bland kind of mood and attitude. So we'll come back at this probably tomorrow, get some recording done, hopefully have a bit more energy. Should I check the campfire? It's got a blue orb over it. There are insects gathering by the campfire. Oh, apparently you can eat those bugs. Well, according to Hulkenberg anyway. I'm not anti-eating bugs. I have to try and catch one. I got a Luma bee. When it's my turn to cook, I should use it as an ingredient. With that, I'm going to save. We'll probably hang out with Hulkenberg next time, which thank goodness, because we never hang out with her. But for now, if you stuck with me throughout this video, hey, thanks for hanging out. Maybe me being quiet and a bit more calm than usual was peaceful. Oh no, I had fun regardless. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night.